Hey guys, it's Alex here, and I'm back, finally, with Afan Lido. Yeah, yes, back finally, from the little hiatus, would you say, due to everything going on, exams and all that. They're all over now, so we can get on with playing some more FM, which I've been doing actually quite a lot. I've played quite a bit actually, so some of this I don't even remember this far back, so gonna be sort of trying to remember what's been happening this far back in the past because I know what happens in the future for quite a bit of this save. But yeah, so if we get straight into it, we can sort of just continue on from where I left off. Hopefully a bit more regular uploads. But yeah, so transfer history. Firstly, going out, first player was Max Moss for I think our first money, 2K to Huddersfield. Not too much, but he was just sort of just never really settled here. Wasn't going to get first team football, and Huddersfield bid. So we decided to just let him go. He hasn't been doing too well for them either. Quite a few of youngsters out on a free. Let Jake Charles go on a free. Didn't really get the game time here um, that was sort of he needed. So I decided to let him go. Uh, and legend leaves. Sean Miller. Yep, we decided to release him. It's just the fact that he wasn't good enough anymore. He's still quite youngish in a way, but at the same time he wouldn't be able to he wasn't quality enough to play in the team and warrant getting all stroppy about getting game time. He had such a good career with us to be honest for of like the 6 7 years he did have. Bloody 46 goals, 37 goals, 57, 56, 22 and 13 goals. Like 2 seasons scoring over 100 goals, which is pretty incredible, I have to say. But yeah, we finally let him go. Uh, Robert Parry left, Benjamin left, Mitchell Davies, Ryan Jones, Gary Walters, Clark Dowson, a few more youngsters, just players that never really were going to make it. Ryan Fraun left for ABBA. Yeah, he just didn't get the game time. He didn't play a game last year, apart from one in the cup. So yeah, then some more loans, and then we actually let go of John Holt for 14.75k. Sort of same sort of situation as with Max Moss. Didn't really get many games, and they bid 15k, so I just sort of accepted it. So coming in, we had two players on frees and three loans. Stuart King on a free from Aberdeen. Um, he is sort of left winger, sort of replacement, I guess you would say, for John Holt. 22. He's doing all right. He hasn't played too much recently. He's been sort of injured quite a bit, but hopefully he can do well for us. Daniel Alfie. Now he's actually I'm quite happy for. Sort of my best signing, I'd say. 30-year-old centre back slash right back, which is sort of going against my sort of philosophy of young players coming through. Um, but we actually decided to go for him. Like he was just offered to me um, by sort of agents and whatnot on a free from Ipswich, and he's been playing really well. 18 appearances, 3 goals, 4 assists, 3 man of the matches, 7.35 average rating. Been playing really well for us. Um, we also got a loan. This is sort of these loans are the director of football. Salvador Ruiz on loan from Villarreal, right winger. Been playing well actually, not too bad. Duncan Greenwood on loan from Newcastle again for the second season. Played a few more games this year. He's doing pretty well. Then we had finally in January Luke Warrington from Hull, who hasn't played too much, but that's because he's more of a backup centre mid, just in case people get injured, because we don't really have much depth in the centre midfield. So straight on to the fixtures, I'd say. Um, get into it. We had a few friendlies. First game was the Champions League qualifying second round against Cormy FC, who are from Malta. 6-0 home win. Killian Kelly with a hat trick, Reynolds, Hendricks, and York. We've sort of got past this stage now. Like we don't really need to be in it, but we still have to take part in it, even though we're higher than that. 4-0 win over Man United. 4-0 win over Man United. They beat us 4-0 in a friendly, and then we beat Cormy 6-0 away, which is Killian Kelly with another hat trick, Chris Reynolds with two, and Hendricks with one there. After that, we had Basel in the third qualifying round, which is quite a tough tie. Drew 1-1 at home, and own goal for us, and then we lost 2-1 away, which is unfortunate. Simon Allen with our only goal there. So that means we go into the Euro Cup playoffs again. But between that, we had TNS. We beat them 1-0. Rossalum getting us a good start to the league. We've had Villarreal again. Bloody again. Like, 2 years ago we had them, um, lost 3-0, won 2-0. This year we have them, not so well this time. 1-1 at home, 2-0 win versus ABBA in between, and then a 4-2 loss. Even though they had man sent off, it was so infuriating watching this game. They worked at the 1-0 lead after they had a man sent off, and then we got two goals. Well, they got the second goal, so it was 2-2, and we were going on 3-1 away goals, and then suddenly, oh no, they just scored two goals there, and then it just skips to the full time whistle, and it was just, oh, it was awful. So hopefully next year we can get past that stage finally, and get into the Europa League group stage, or even better, Champions League group stage. But we'll see how things go. So after that, we had a 3-0 win over Airbus. Salvador Ruiz and Billy McNulty with goals and an own goal, all in extra time. 0-0 until full time, and then three in extra time there. 5-2 win over West, killing Kelly with two, Lewin with two, along with Wright. 2-1 win over Real. Terry Reeves with a pen and Greenwood with goals there. A good 4-0 win over Conwy, a former player of ours getting sent off. Liam Murphy with two and Lewin with two. Quite nice 4-2 win over TNS. Solomon, Lewin, Reynolds, and Greenwood. We actually got a 3-0 lead, and they brought it back to 3-2 before Greenwood sort of finished the game off in the 80th minute to give us the 4-2 win. Port Talbot rival game 3-1. Harris, Hendricks, and Ruiz. Then a 7-0 win over Carmarthen away. They did have a man sent off early on, but 7-0. Chris Reynolds with two. York, Harris, Lewin, Murphy, and an own goal there, which is quite nice. They made a friendly against Huddersfield. I think that was part of the Max Moss deal friendly, so they sort of decided to have it in the middle of October, which is a bit weird. I think in the international break, so I don't know. But then we beat Barry 4-2 after that. Lewin, West York with two, and an own goal. Ridmwin was a 2-0 win. Kelly and Duncan Greenwood with goals there. 3-1 win over Bangor. Chris Reynolds with two, and Duncan Greenwood. 2-0 over Buckley. Kelly and Harries. Another 7-0 win, this time over sort of weaker opposition of Welshpool in the Welsh Cup third round. Rees, Kelly with four, Stuart King and Lewin with goals there. 3-0 versus Port Talbot again. Greenwood, Lewin and James. 3-0 versus the TNS, good clean sheet against them. Harries and Sean James with two. 5-1 over ABBA, which is very nice. Stephen Bartley, York with two pens, Kelly and Greenwood. 1-0 over Real, 3-0 over Half of West, York getting two. Conwy was a 2-0 win. Daniel Alfie. I think when I brought him in, I didn't realise, like, I think he's really good on penalties, so he decided to start taking penalties. Killing Kelly and West York giving us a 2-0 win over Port Talbot, and then a 2-0 win over Carmarthen. Ridmwin was a 1-0 win, Kelly with a goal. Another penalty from Alfie gives us a 3-0 win over Barry. And then another pen after that gives us a 4-1 win over Buckley. And then the Welsh League Cup final was a 6-3 win. Kelly with 5 goals in the first half, which is pretty crazy. And then Russell Lewin topping it off to give us a 6-3 win. So a bit of a exciting game that is. He got a 10 rating in that game. Look at that. He was on fire that game. It was incredible. 3-1 win after that over Bangor City. And then an 8-0 win over Cornbran, I guess. They had an early player sent off as well. Reynolds with two, Kelly with one, Wes York with a hat-trick, Greenwood and an own goal there. So, yeah, it's been going pretty good so far. If we look at the league, we're dominating, as per usual. 22 wins out of 22, 64 goals, 4-10 against, 66 points. We are 14 points clear of TNS, who are in turn 13 points clear of ABBA, who then the rest of the pack, Port Talbot, Bangor, and Barry in the top half, while Conwy have West Ridmwin, Real, Carmarthen, and Buckley in the bottom half. It looks realistic. There's quite a few that actually can go down. It's pretty close for that sort of second team to go down. Buckley are pretty much down, but it could be any one of Carmarthen, Real, Ridmwin, maybe even have West get dragged down there to sort of relegation fight. But yeah, so if we look at the player stats, we see that Russell Lewin is a top of average rating along with West York. Don't have anyone on goals this year. I think one of the first years we don't have anyone actually doing really well on goals. But assists, Russell Lewin's up there along with West York. And then I think clean sheets, Nathan Hayward's up there. And then obviously the teams, things like games won and whatnot. If we look at our individual sort of player stats, goals wise, Kelly's got the most. He's got 26 goals. Pretty good. Chris Reynolds got 16 from the left wing. Ross has got 14, and West York's got 12, and Greenwood's got 9. Assists wise, Ross has got 18, York's got 13, Reynolds got 11, and Kelly's got 8. Bartley and Leighton Matthews both got 7. And average rating, Ross is up there at the top, then Leighton Matthews, Lyndon Wright, West York, Chris Reynolds. So it's been very, very good on that front, sort of team performance wise. We have the rest of the league to go. We've got a Welsh Cup quarterfinal versus Buckley. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention we do have I think two transfers coming in and one leaving. Liam Murphy is leaving at the end of the season to go to Brighton. He just hasn't been playing much these past 2 years. Like he was really good when he first came in, sort of one of the first English players to come in. But after that, he really didn't sort of do much. So he's going to be going to Brighton on a free. A young player going to Portsmouth Dog on a free. First, we got Sean Kelly, who comes in the end of the season from Celtic. He's a right back, Scottish right back, 21. Looks very good from his sort of stats I can see actually, but he looks very, very good from what I can see there. So hopefully he can do well for us. And then uh, Timios Bourakis from FC20, a Greek left back who I'm really excited about actually. Its report is very, very good compared to Carl Casey, and it kind of shows that we're attracting that sort of foreign talent, just like Adrian Hendricks from Holland. We've got another Dutch player, but he's actually Greek this time. So really hoping to do well with that sort of foreign players, sort of trying to bring them into the team and see how well we do with them. Um, Otherwise, news, there's not really much going on. Finances, we're a bit in the red. We do need to start getting like into that Champions League or Europa League to get some money influx. But otherwise, I think we're pretty good. So realistically, there's not really much more to review. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully there'll be more uploads, regular uploads now that I'm sort of off for summer, you would say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been Alex, and I'll see you guys later.